welcome to a 0 damage Glendios deck profile. For those of you aspiring 0 damage players who need some inspiration for such a deck, this deck is not 100% the same, but it's very close. It's displayed at the Shop Challenge over Fu Yan Trading in Singapore. Got runner-up out of 8 players after 3 rounds of Swiss, best of 3s, and top cards, best of 3s. Alright, so we shall begin. So starter, we have a Well-Line Dragon, mostly for filtering for additional pieces of cards that you need, such as Ruin Magicians, Fish Rays, Glendios, so on and so forth. Alright, we'll start with the grade 3 first. We're gonna have 4 Fish Ray Dragons. Alright, always the first ride you want to get into, unless for some reason you need to finish the game with Glendios right away, and that's a different story. Usually this is what controls the tempo of your opponents. Slows down their aggro by quite a lot, honestly. Alright, also combos well with certain pieces that work during your opponent's turn. Alright, then we have 3 Glendios himself. Only 3, because again this deck is a bit of a net deck from the top 8 Bushiroad Championship, BCS. There you go, BCS. Alright, that player John Jaden here, and we're in that deck from Japan. Yeah, this deck is meant to play around his LB5, but this is a very slow route, so it's for those of you who are patient players. Honestly, I'm not a patient player, but I like playing this. And moving on to the grade 2, 4 Cold Death Dragon. Beautiful thing about this is that the current meta, it's quite an important card, especially against those Zero Dragon decks, DZ decks, right? Basically what it does is, if your opponent has a lock card, you force call a top card of your deck to your opponent's rearguard circle. Alright, so it will override all whatever units are there, including Zero. So makes your opponent think real hard before they want to play out their Gizeh turns. Right. And we have 3 Photon. Initially this was supposed to be a 2 Photon, 1 10k vanilla. 10k vanilla was there just for early defense, but for this current setup, I didn't like the 10k vanilla, because some of the opponents would be smart enough to run into the 9k grade ones. Sorry, the 9k grade 2s. So it's a bit of a problem, because especially you're gonna need the hand. So Photon is just here for additional locks during the Omega Loop turn, or during the Big Crunch turns, during the Omega Glendios turns, whatever require. Also pretty good combo piece, especially if your opponent makes you force call cards from hand through whatever means, depending if they allow you to proc the auto. Alright. And for the grade 1s, 4 of the unflipped PGs. Well, unflipped PG things, not much to say about it. And we have 2 Ruin Magicians. During the Shop Challenge I was actually playing 4, just for increased consistency. But the issue I run into was having to run into a 7k grade 1. This is actually a bad idea, especially against opponents who like to write their PGs first. And if you needed the card, then it becomes a problem. Especially you either have to stay stuck at grade 0, or lose a turn out of a drive check. Alright, for this setup I only play 2 because 0 damage. You don't need your Medusa will do the work for you instead of Ruin Magician, for less of the cost and for better the benefit. to Rain Elemental tier. This is basically the better Procel medium because this unit only relies on your Medues, your Valencias, your Scryus. For those of you who play Merendor as well, Latomes, Agleams, so on and so forth. This is a better countercharger because it gets to make use of your soul, especially when you ride into the Glendios and you need some countercharging right away, because you've done things like Ruin Magician or going to, I don't know, going to Big Crunch, Lacus Carina, so on and so forth, and maybe that new Cosmo Rare for those of you who might want to play that. Alright. Then we have one Dark Elemental Toxic. Pretty important card, I honestly say. During my testing, not really during the tournament, this actually was a very good card, especially against players who like to control you at 4 damage and still want and not allow you to hit at 5 damage and let you win. So this basically enables your Glendios LB5 be active. Although its gameplay flow is quite rigid, it makes you be restricted to just Glendios, unless for whatever reason you get to bypass the fact that if the effect still stays if you are striding into some Omega loop. I don't know. So I just treat it as it doesn't bypass, the skill doesn't hold, to re-declare it again. It doesn't matter. This is pretty good. Not often going to use it, but it's a very useful card, especially again against players who want to control you at 4 and kill you to 6 before you win, and not allowing you to hit 5. And then we have one Grab Hand Gorilla. Basically 11k base during your opponent's turn being attacked. I was initially going to run 2, but I don't have the space for it. So very important first ride, especially against aggro decks. Those decks that like to throw out a lot of great tools like Victor, Night Rose, Gurguit, so on and so forth. Just naturally aggro decks. And for the triggers, have 4. Where is it? 8 Margot clones. Thus there being draws, and for the occasional fulfilling the soul for tier, especially if you happen to run out of soul for some reason. We got 4 Paradigm Shift. This card actually saved me one of my games during the tournament. It allowed me to infinitely loop my crit. I was down to probably 4 cards in hand, 4 cards in deck. My opponent was just like stalling me out. Basically, he had more cards in deck than I do, and it left me to just 4 cards in deck, and all of them were Paradigm Shifts, which was very good because I can just attack the rear, attack the fan with Fish Ray, or attack the rear with Glendios, attacking the Vanguard for 1 pass, or attacking the rear guard. I just double crit, then I just pass Trigger Sword to the side, or the rear guards, whatever. It exhausts my opponent so hard that, by the end of the day, he actually is pretty salty. Pretty good crit, especially in other decks letting you survive, like the Messiahs and Chaos. Alright, but for Glendios, this is an important looping card for additional survival, especially when you're down to the last few cards and you will need to make the Omega loop plays. And we have 4 of the FCU, not the Starvader Hues, because I haven't got those yet, but we're getting them in for, this weekend. Also, they're pretty expensive. Alright, for the moment, it's just there's a placeholder. I played her during the tournament as well. She's very occasional. Helps to counter charge if you're playing Lacus Karina. If you need a counter charge right away, just for that one play, and it works. Alright, so units. Start with 4 big crunch. Well, I played 4 big crunch because I need the extra turn to actually lock down aggro columns, especially those columns that don't require counterblast. This helps to column lock so long that there's a non-resist unit there. It's not like how the Blade Master supports, alright, where it just simply column bombs. It's pretty good actually. I rarely go into it. Maybe I might go into it during Team League soon. Yeah, it's pretty much what it does. And of course, spoke about the Devil for Omega Loop Glendios. I should discuss more of a deck away, more of a deck up method, not the auto win method. Because I find it funny when I get to deck opponents out and like they get punished for it because they don't count the number of cards in your deck, especially those like players who are less aware. Usually this becomes the setup for me to win for Omega Glendios Limit Break 5, and then it's just more of a deck up piece, more of the aggro shutdown piece. So basically it's just a control card, very good. I just don't like the counter blast requirement. And we play 3 Medu. Alright, so during the tournament I was playing 4 Medu. I don't play Valencia during the tournament because it kind of defeats the purpose of 0 point, the 0 damage Glendios. Because Valencia was supposed to hit the Vanguard to actually return heals, which you don't want to hit the Vanguard at all. Alright, Medu is just basically making your strikes free, netting you a +4 instead of a +3, not counting draw triggers and whatnot. Yeah, now I only play 3 because going to a 4th one was actually a bad idea. It kind of slows down your push to win quite a lot. And for the G Guardians, I played 1 Rectum. During the tournament, I played 2 just for additional filtering. It's not much or nothing very special, but it just helps you get the right pieces in hand. 1 Coburn, basically the better Scryo. If you know what you're doing. I misplayed this card a little bit, basically because I made my opponent think that I would defend Coburn, and then he just throws out his hand. So it's a bit of a misplay on my side. I don't think about my choices carefully. This is actually a good card, especially with those decks that draw a lot. Those players that actually don't respond as much to stalling. It's a very good card, naturally. Speaking of the Devil, we have Scry himself. Just basically against those higher aggro decks. They like to draw their hand a lot, so it's pretty good. 1 Maxwell. This is supposed to be something else. I think I'm supposed to play the new Cosmoref G Guardian. Play the Genesis deity G Guardian. The one is being played in Chaos. But it's good anyway, because it helps to protect your rear guards, especially if you need them right away during whichever turns you require. I find this is a good idea to actually defend your Doxics. So it works. And finally we have Lacus Karina. I might might take her out at some point, but might not. Who knows? Alright, this is the card that comes with the FC Hue. Just Locust Carina is just really there if you have enough cards on the field to actually lock down, to actually shut down the back row rear guards. So yeah, alright, so for the short tournament, it was 8 players. Some players left halfway due to whatever reason. I played Chaos first. Yeah, Chaos Maker Crisis. To be honest, against Crisis is less of an issue because you're only expecting for the non-counterblast reliant cards like Deluge and Deluge, Close, Althani, what else? I think that's pretty much about it. I think there was another one. There's another grade 2 that makes you choose whether you want to call down cards from hand as lock cards or not, for the game power and draw. Was basically a stalling match. I just outstalled him by a whole lot. He made a move. He made a bad move of just running his deck out basically. And for the second round, I played against a very old school deck, the Vermilion Kaiser Legion. He made a bad misplay during Legion that he didn't so blast out all of his important pieces and then Legion them back into his deck altogether. Basically denying him any chance of winning via deck out. Even so, I would still win. And the Vermilion player actually misplayed because his LB4 was not declared. And then he forgot to declare it. And so he could have annihilated my front row and actually still hit my Vanguard at some point, making me defend quite a lot. And for the third game, I fought against Gurguit. It's the same deck that I lost to during the top 2. First time round, basically he did not know what to do. He nearly caught me off guard, but I got him right away. Just before he got into his other cards, which not counterblast reliant, whichever they are. I don't remember. So basically 3 straight wins, best of 3s, all of them, since because we are not enough players to make into the best of 1s. Then cut to the top 8. I got a buy run. Then I got another buy run during the top 4 because the rest of the players had losses each and they had to fight it out to fight me in the final for some reason. And then I would fight Gurguit again, only that the Gurguit player would actually catch me off guard during his Gurguit Helios. So basically he got me out on aggro and then I could not defend. He just basically brought me 4 to 6, from 4 to 6. Yep. And that's pretty much the tournament. I hope you like the deck profile for some reason. For those of you aspiring Glendios players, 0.0 damage Glendios players. Some word of advice. For the current meta, a lot of them are counterblast reliant, so it should be okay playing it. And just watch out for the less counterblast reliant decks. So thank you for watching.